As global climates continue to change, there are daily indicators that planet Earth is falling further and further out of balance. Nowhere are these global problems more true than in the most remote island chain in the world. With nearly everything consumed in the 50th state brought from elsewhere, fresh water in limited supply, energy demands at an all-time high, and a population of over 1 million people increased by thousands of visitors arriving daily, Hawaii has a unique challenge in a world searching for sustainable solutions for the future.
Aloha, I'm Keahi Tucker. We hear the term sustainability used everywhere these days. For many of us, it's a term that's hard to apply to our everyday lives. In a modern world, sustainability means having enough money to pay bills and put a roof over our heads. But imagine a world where there was nowhere to go to buy what we need. This was the world the first settlers to Hawaii encountered. For them, sustainability meant surviving in the most remote spot on the planet. If they didn't manage their resources properly, their culture would perish. In the next hour, we'll discover how pre-contact Hawaiians created a sustainable balance with these lands. We'll also learn how Kamehameha Schools integrates values of environment, education, economics, culture, and community to create balance for the future while using principles and techniques it's learned from the past.
Nature ruled these islands long before man ever did. The balance of life was regulated through the natural ebb and flow of the elements. These elements constantly changed the face of Hawaii's landscape, which in turn affected relationships among all living creatures on and around the islands. When man finally discovered this remote paradise, they learned to adapt to what nature had to offer. They came only with what they carried in a canoe, and from that humble beginning, created a culture that thrived for hundreds of years.
Based on archaeological finds, historians estimate that a few hundred years ago, there were as many as 1 million people living in the Hawaiian Islands. Yet there was an abundance of wildlife, ample resources, plus needs for shelter, clothing, and most impressively food, were all handily met. All these feats were achieved through a system that was as ingenious as it was imperative, the ahupua'a. Ahupua'a were divided into unique sections, and each played a specific role for the community as a whole. Some windward side ahupua'a had certain similarities. A forest, predominantly koa, might inhabit the Mauka lands. A freshwater stream making its way to the ocean might be diverted to a lowland area to supply water for crops such as taro. And a coastal region would offer access for fishing and aquaculture. All the things the community in that ahupua'a needed to survive.
If you abuse the resources, misuse the resources, at some point in time you'd find that you didn't have those resources. So the relationship between my behavior and the ability of the ahupua'a to feed me and my community was an intimate one.
One organization looking at that ahupua'a system of the past to find a way to manage lands for the future is Kamehameha Schools. With sustainability becoming a key component to their land management, Hawaii's largest private landowner has recognized stewardship as a key focal point in their mission. It was the last direct descendant of Kamehameha I, Princess Bernice Pauahi Bishop, whose legacy lands placed Kamehameha Schools at the forefront of responsible land management in Hawaii. Her lands were left to sustain the mission of educating children of Hawaiian ancestry in perpetuity. So with 367,000 acres stretched over the state's 5 main islands, Kamehameha Schools has become a fully privately funded entity. But the ongoing question for this perpetual trust has been how to best utilize its resources to fulfill the princess's wishes while preserving its Hawaiian heritage and preparing for the future.
We have no exit strategy from Hawaii. We're here to stay. We don't want to harvest value and then leave the place depleted, and move on to another place. We want to enrich this place.
It's this desire to enrich the islands that has led Kamehameha Schools to work with a variety of groups from around the islands to restore sections of Ahupua'a on its lands. And a natural place to start was the Mauka forests.